Hello everyone, it's Diamond. Welcome to another video. Today I'll be giving you a brief tour of the whole facility. Yeah, I've shown a lot of my videos, but I haven't done really anything organized, so let's do that. Let's start off the Hostile Forces base. First of all, there's nothing back here. You can't go back here. Except for some props, there's nothing. Here's Chad. He will sell you, like, weapons and stuff. He doesn't sell this many weapons, it's just bugged out and, duplicated. Here's what it looked like normally, right there. Anyways, this van leads outside. I'll show you in a minute. If you go to the maintenance tunnels, if you go over here, these are the turbine halls. They're in the main entrance. I'll show you them later. And if you go to this direction, again, there's nothing over there. Here leads to the ventilation system. The ventilation system goes to patient housing and the cafeteria. Anyways, let's go back. Now that we're back inside the warehouse, which it's called. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is an old dated tour. So once the mega update comes, I will revamp the tour. Don't worry. A new tour is coming once the mega update comes. So let's check outside. I'm gonna give myself a tablet real quick. So here is some cram turns to the outside. Here's the main entrance to Blacksite Zeta. Now, first of all, if HF go up here, and the cooldown's not active, then you can blow up this wall here. Blowing up the wall will break this door as well. Well, I'm just going to use my little tablet here, which I gave myself a admin, to open the door. Now that we're in the main facility, this is the turbine hull. This is where that thing in the maintenance tunnels will lead. So the main entrance is pretty cool. Looks pretty nice. It's got some crates and stuff around it. All that. Now let's move on to over here. Over here is like the technical staff boxing room. I have my textures off, so you can't see the texture for this floor. Here's all the boxes. Now, this gate comes here, but I use this direction. So that let me go on SRS. So hold on. Alright. So guys, now I'm here. Here we have technical staff spawn. Now technical staff spawn is pretty chill. Looks pretty nice. This is where they spawn actually, in this room. They spawn purely in this room. Here's some tech stuff and here's a turret. Over here is the control room. But let me first show you the armory and stuff. So if you go for this door, this leads to the little office area. Here's a, armor supply, some desking. Here's some glass, computers, and here's the armory. Now, the armory is pretty chill. Here you have the combative vendor. This is what she sells. And practically just a nice armory. FS spawn in the normal room, and SRS spawn in here. Currently at the moment. Let's continue on. Now, over here are some offices and stuff. And here's a power box. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry. This is Sector 2 power management. If HF break this box, or a patient does, all the power in the Sector 2 area will go out. Anyways, Let me show you the control room and stuff. I'm gonna quickly go into facility to FD real quick, just so I can access most of it. So here's the management. If you go in here, this is where FA spawn. If you go up here, this is where FD spawn, or facility director spawn. And just some servers, and over here is nothing but a catwalk. Now keep in mind I have my textures off, so all this looks really bad. Anyways, over here is Zeta Labs and FI spawn. So this is actually supposed to be something, but I can't show you it unless I have another person. If I don't, it's not added yet, so it's not much. Here is facility security spawn. I mean not facility security, I meant facility intelligence. FI spawn here. And this is the Zeta Labs zone. So let's go down here and you know. So down here is the main entrance to Zeta Labs. Over here is nothing. Over here is the testing chamber. This is practically where Zeta Labs do all their mutations. And here is Zeta Labs spawn. They spawn right here. If you come over here, this is typically, if Zeta Labs are doing something proper, they would sometimes dump the mutants down here to fight or something. I don't know. Whatever Zeta Labs are doing. Over there leads down there to that gate. I'll show you it just because, yes. So if you go down here, boom, staircase, gate. If you go over here, this is a not finished empty room, practically. It doesn't do anything. Now, if you follow me, let's go check out other locations. So if we go past here, let me go run around. Here we have is the checkpoint. Now up there is sector, or the top of the checkpoint. Here's the lower end of the checkpoint, sector 2. You can either take the elevators or the stairs. Here's the emergency bunker. It's not open right now because there's no missile, but I can still teleport myself inside. So during a missile event, the gate will open for a certain amount of time, and you have to get in before it closes, or you will die. If you get in time, and you get down in the bunker, you will earn like 500 XP and 500 credits for surviving the blast. So this is what the bottom of the bunker looks like. When the missile's going off, these TVs are going to be like, hostile missile incoming, take cover. Here's some barricades and stuff. Let's go back up. Anyways, either you can take the elevators, take the stairs. I'm going to take the stairs to show off the stairs. This is where the elevators would lead. There's a turret. This is the upper end of catwalk. And this is Sector 1. Sector 1 is typically always in chaos. Sector 1 probably is getting revamped as it's too small currently. It's not big enough for the standards. So, I completely just forgot what I was doing. So, this is Sector 1. Yes, sorry, I ran off. This is Sector 1 power management. If HF destroys the box, all the power in Sector 1 will go out. Here's a small office room and an armory stock. Typically, HF and patients like when they riot and raid, that area is under their control. Here's the cafeteria. Typically, HF like the cap camp, and it's extremely hard to shoot them. over here, this gate can sometimes be closed and open. As you can see. I don't think either of this gate doesn't have a power box, or it does have a power box, but it's just outside the map, so you can't get it or shoot it. Which I think. I don't know. Anyways, when the gates open, you can easily access the medical lab or the medical facility from here. But if the gate's closed, you have to go around here. There's this little office way. You know, it's pretty nice standard office. Then you have to go for here, and boom. You're now at the medical facility. So in the medical facility, over here is the registration and reception area. Back here is the spawn. There's soda machines and some stuff. Here's some housing rooms. Practically, these are like where they do the checkups. Over here is some exercise stuff. I'll show you it. Just go down here real quick. Here is the eye exam stuff. There's that. Here's a little swimming pool. Let's go back up. Now, if we continue, back here is the isolation ward. This is more for patients that are kind of, I don't know. Here's an X-ray room. You can turn on the X-ray, I think. I don't know how, though. This is more role-playing side. Here's another medical staff spawn entrance. Anyways, let's now go over the main zone of Sector 1. Patient housing. Now, patient housing has a turret here, some stuff, a little Jurassic Park meme, and that. We go over here. As you can see, it's pretty cool. Here's a gate. This can be closed and opened by the facility director. Of course, if this power box is broken, then the gate stops working and technical staff have to fix it. Another hostile missile TV. These gates, if I buy facility director whenever I play the game, this gate will always probably be closed for me, and then this one gate will be open. Here's a little side door for combatives to go through when both gates are closed. Coming over here, let me just calm myself real quick. We have a soda machine, kitchen. We have, so this is the cafeteria. Over here we have Lucas and Jacob. This is where hostile persons come in via the patient housing entrance option. Lucas will shoot any combatives and MS that come over here, but not HF patients. There are some bugs that people abuse to get past Lucas. Those will probably be patched soon. So I suggest you stop abusing them. Anyways, back here is the kitchen. Now, actually, if you didn't know, this kitchen is fully decorated. This probably will be like something in the future. So I hope it is. That'd be really cool. But yeah, it's full-fledged made kitchen back here. Anyways, if we go over here, here's the patient housing rooms. They're all the same thing. There's that. Some stuff spawns around here. And if we go over here, here is some NPCs, some randomly spawned items like key cards and exercise stuff that you can interact with, actually. You can talk to this guy, but if you're not a patient, he won't talk to you much. Blake used to be here, but he got moved away. I don't know why, but he's outside of the map currently. But Blank used to be here. Blake was moved or something. Yeah, he used to stand here all edgy and stuff. Here's Kina, however you say their name. If you are on the patient team, they'll talk to you and be like a vendor like every other. But if you're on the combative team, they won't talk to you. This is where patients buy guns. That is practically Blacksite Zeta. Let's go over the yard real quick. The yard is pretty basic. Looks pretty nice. I believe they're adding soccer soon. There's another NPC here that you can, talk to. Pretty chill guy. Stuff up there. Barricade. If I really wish they put barricades actually on this line here, dude. Like, they should put a barricade here, and then, like, a fence barricade right here. I'd love it. Anyways, that's pretty much my overview tour of the game. If I missed something, let me know. When the Mega Update comes out, I will be retouring the game and showing you everything. Again, I forgot to mention Sector 3, but this isn't done yet. There's nothing in here, so there's no point in viewing it. Anyways, that's it. Alright, people. Goodbye.